everyone, welcome back to another installment of the Art of Computer Coding. Today, the two languages I will be discussing, I like to refer to them as sister coding languages. They are Java and JavaScript. Both Java and JavaScript emerged in the mid-1990s during that large technological boom that I had referred to in last week's episode when I spoke about Python coding. The two serve two very different purposes, and both are still very highly regarded and very heavily used in the software engineering field. Now some more detail. What exactly is JavaScript? JavaScript, during its development and early release, was going by the name of LifeScript. It was created by Brendan H., a Netscape Communications Corporation programmer. Since then, Netscape has been renamed Mozilla. Yes, the same company created the Mozilla Firefox browser. JavaScript was created with the intention of making web pages become more interactive and more user-friendly. The programs in this coding language are called scripts, hence the script in its name, to allow it to be differentiated from Java. This coding language is able to be executed as plain text, so a text editor is not needed to modify files and compile the code. It's able to just be inlaid with a website's HTML and CSS coding. JavaScript is used by all major browsers and only assists in running the web pages. It doesn't travel data anywhere. It doesn't access any other parts of a computer without the user's express knowledge and express permission. Now for what I like to refer as the older sister of the Java coding languages. Java was developed by Sun Microsystems, so the two Javas were actually created by two different companies. This code can run on various operating systems and is used to structure apps and to store data. It is an absolute must for software engineers, especially if they plan on going into the software development domain. If you want to learn Java, you have to have a strong knowledge of object-oriented programming. That's a coding type that creates objects that contains both a function and can store data. For example, it's very similar, or if not the exact coding that is used in, let's say, iCloud, Microsoft OneNote, various cloud storing services like that. What makes Java so unique and so well known and consistently used is the fact that it is platform independent. That means that it's able to be written and compiled on, let's say, a Mac OS, and can be used on, say, Windows or Unix. So it's both portable and secure. As much as I refer to Java and JavaScript as two sister coding languages, there are two stark differences that must be acknowledged before you decide to jump headfirst into learning either or both of these. The first is how they need to be created. Java requires a text editor, and JavaScript is straight text. Because of these two differences in creation, the plugins needed to run them are different. Second is what they are used for. Basically, long story short, Java is a programming language, so applications and data storage is what's created from that coding language. JavaScript is complementary and runs in the background of web pages to make them more fun and user-friendly. Everywhere I have read and researched states that these two languages are best learned back to back for future software engineers or those simply interested in coding. And I do advise to have a lot of experience in your repertoire before deciding to indulge yourself in these two coding languages. Here are the list of sources I have used in researching these two languages. I would like to draw your attention specifically to the app listed down at the bottom, Mimo. Mimo, still do not know the proper way to say it, but I have used that app for learning Python, for learning Java, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. I think that's all that's on there. But yeah, still a good little bundle to get yourself acquainted with on a beginner and simple basis. You can choose your difficulty on there. You can choose if you're learning it for school, for recreation, or professional. And it will structure the app's interaction with you accordingly. So I do definitely recommend it if you are an Apple user. Thank you so very much for dropping by and listening. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you liked this video. I will be back same time next week with 2 more languages, Language C and Lua. I hope you have a good rest of your day and a great weekend, and we will see you again soon.